1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Viva la quinta brigada, rumba, 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 la. Viva, viva la quinta brigada, rumba, 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 la. Viva.
Very appropriate, I think, that here in Newhaven Fort, which is a museum and visitors centre focused on the Second World War, that we remember that the volunteers who went to Spain were the first Britons to fight Hitler and Mussolini. And equally we should recall that when the Spanish Civil War ended in 1939, in March, April 1939, within a few months Britain was at war.
Well, we saw it as the advance of fascism, you know, and that I mean, the slogan at the time was "Bombs on Madrid today are bombs on London tomorrow," which turned out to be, unfortunately, extremely true. With the same planes and the same pilots bombing London that had exactly as was predicted.
This is the first permanent exhibition in the British Isles dedicated to the International Brigade. Equally important is that part of the exhibition which tells the story of Sussex and the Spanish Civil War, as our local story is typical of the nation as a whole. John was one of over 500 British volunteers who died in Spain, and for him and many others, the dockside at Newhaven was the last place they stood on their native land, and the Sussex coast or the lights of Newhaven their last sight of home.
There's a valley in Spain called Jarama. It's a place that we all know so well. It was there that we gave all our manhood, where so many of our brave comrades fell.
In the exhibition there are photos of men arriving back at Newhaven. A group of 40 released prisoners of war standing on the dockside in October 1938, who the local paper, the Evening Argus, reported had been shifted from one concentration camp to another in Franco, Spain. 2 months later, 305 men of the British Battalion arrived in Newhaven on the Southern Railway steamer SS Worthing. The exhibition has newsreel footage of their arrival at Newhaven.
I was only 10 in 1936. I had very vivid memories at the time. My brother went to fight in Spain, and my mother and elder sisters were very much involved with the Aid for Spain movement, which were the Basque Children, and the government would only let them in on the basis they were not going to cost the state a penny. So everything had to be raised by voluntary contributions. And actually, I think because they were children, the most surprising organisations were persuaded to help. Like in organisations like the Rotary Club, came up and said that helped already. The mainspring behind the Aid for Spain movement was the Communist Party. Thank you.
The banner you'll see shortly was therefore a replacement that was quickly made by the Artists International Association in London and sent out to Spain. The only difference with the original banner was that it lists the battles that the British Battalion had been involved in since the original banner was made. Now it's in a very worn condition, so the battle names are barely legible, but you can get an idea. I mean, our replica banner, the IBMT banner, is based on that wonderful design by James Lucas of the Artists International Association.
If you want to write to me, you know exactly where I'm stationed, on the front at Gandesa, in the first line of the fighting. En el frente de Gandesa, primera línea de fuego.
I'll close with the words of Arthur Hurst of Home, who wrote home to friends in October 1937. We came here to carry out the job of giving a check to international fascism. And although the job is unpleasant at times, it must be carried through. Thank you. I can find the scissors and open the exhibitions. I'm afraid the scissors are a bit small, but it's the thought that counts. So if you'd like to cut the ribbon and officially open this exhibition. So thank you very much, Bill, and really pleased to see you here today.
And the last fight let us face, the Internationale unites the human race.
Yet all of them fired with a deep love of liberty and justice. And they came, and they offered themselves to us unconditionally. They gave us everything, their youth or their maturity, their science or their experience, their blood and their lives, their hopes and aspirations.
I've said this before, I just admire the way people went to Spain, young people went to Spain, to fight for a workers' republic.
Well, that's it.
I admire the idealism.
Yeah.
And the courage.
The courage from
something
all
I couldn't
of
do
them.
myself, probably.
They did a wonderful job. Otherwise, we wouldn't be where we are now if they hadn't done something.
Then speak to your children. Tell them of these men of the International Brigades. Long live the heroes of the International Brigades.
I think it will enrich the facility of Newhaven Fort, and we're very pleased to welcome it here.
An excellent opportunity to make sure that oncoming generations actually know and understand what happened before them, and seek their best, of course, to avoid it all happening again.
A few months previously, David had been in Madrid for the unveiling of a memorial to the International Brigades in the Spanish capital, and afterwards he was presented with an inscribed flag of the Spanish Republic, the colours of the Spanish Republic, the red, yellow and purple, presented with the flag by the Spanish International Brigade Friendship Group. And I'm pleased to say that the flag, the Lowen family have donated this flag for this exhibition.
Tell them of these men of the International Brigades.
6 years ago, if someone had come up to me and said, "Do you know about the International Brigaders in the Spanish Civil War?" my honest answer, after a minute's thought, would be no. But thanks to meeting Mike Anderson and all the other members of the International Brigade Memorial Trust, we commemorated the 70th anniversary of the return of the International Brigaders to Newhaven Harbour. We had a bench unveiling, and that was done by Jack Jones, and I was very lucky to meet Jack Jones that day, and it now takes pride of place near our flag masts on top of the fort, overlooking the harbour where the boat returned. The Spanish Civil War is so often overlooked. It's great for us to be able to have this exhibition here, almost where it happened, so to speak. But I now know a lot more about the British volunteers who went and fought in Spain. So to them, well done, and thank you very much for what you did.
Comrades of the International Brigades, you can go proudly. You are history. You are legend. You are the heroic example of democracy, solidarity and universality. We shall not forget you.